What if I told you that the next time humans step onto the moon, it won't just be a giant leap for mankind. It'll be the result of a team so diverse, so driven, and so human that their story might inspire you more than the mission itself. Because right now, behind NASA's return to the moon under the Artemis program, there's a crew preparing to make history. And they're not superheroes. They're people who started exactly where you are. Let's start with Reid Wiseman, the mission commander. Before leading one of the most important space missions in decades, he was just a kid fascinated by airplanes and the night sky. He became a Navy pilot, flew fighter jets, and eventually earned his place at NASA. But here's the part most people don't see. Years of intense training, failures and pressure. The kind of grind that most people quit, but he didn't. Then there's Victor Glover, the pilot of the mission. His journey is powerful, not just because of his skills, but because he's set to become the first black astronaut to travel to the moon. Think about that for a second. Decades after Apollo 11 moon landing, history is still being rewritten. And Glover, he's not just carrying himself. He's carrying representation, inspiration, and a message to millions of kids who finally get to see themselves in space. Now meet Christina Koch, a mission specialist who already holds the record for the longest single spaceflight by a woman. But her story isn't just about records, it's about resilience. She spent nearly a year in space, far from family, facing isolation most of us can't even imagine. And now, she's preparing to go even farther. She could become the first woman to orbit the moon. Let that sink in. And then there's Jeremy Hansen from the Canadian Space Agency. He represents not just Canada, but the global nature of this mission. Because this time, going to the moon isn't just about one country, it's about humanity working together. Different backgrounds, different stories, one shared goal. But here's what really makes this crew special. It's not just their achievements, it's their relatability. These are people who studied late nights, faced rejection, doubted themselves, and still kept going. They trained underwater to simulate spacewalks, endured extreme physical tests, and spent countless hours preparing for something that might last just days, but will be remembered forever. And think about this. While you're watching this video, they're probably in a simulator right now, practicing every possible scenario. What if something goes wrong? What if communication fails? What if they have to make a split-second decision 384,000 kilometers away from Earth? The pressure is unreal. But that's exactly why this mission matters. Because it's not just about reaching the moon. It's about proving what humans can do when they push beyond fear, beyond limits, and beyond what seems possible. So the next time you look up at the moon, just remember, there are 4 people down here on Earth, preparing to go there. Not just for science, not just for history, but for all of us.